Hi guys, welcome to this advanced flow with the weights. So you will need some light weights, nothing more than 1.5 kilos ideally. So if you've got some hand weights or some bean cans or water bottles, anything that you can use, you don't have to use any weights if you don't want to, so it's entirely up to you. It is an advanced flow, so we are going to be really working the abdominals and the lower back. Any issues, you may want to start with one of the easier videos in the selection, because there won't be many alternatives in this routine and it's going to be quite a quick flow. But we're going to come and start just having a little warm up down on the mat. So bring your weights with you and come and lay yourself down, arms over the chest, a weight in each hand, and place your feet to hip distance apart. And just tilt the pelvis back and forwards, just getting a little bit of movement into that lower back. And then when you're ready, find a position in between those two moves where your pelvis is neutral. Your hip bones are nice and square towards the ceiling. And you might have a little bit of a lower back beneath the lower back. A little bit of a gap beneath the lower back even. And I want you to just try and imagine your ribs are just closing down and in. Your belly button and your lower back are connecting, they're pulling in towards each other. So we're just switching on that center. And then holding those arms up over the chest, just gently circle your wrists. Just get a bit of movement into the wrist joint. And then change direction. And then hold those wrists nice and straight, palms facing in. And inhale to reach the weights towards the ceiling, drawing the arms out of the shoulder socket. And then exhale, let those shoulders relax. And again, deep breath in. Exhale to relax. So you feel as though you're just stretching through that upper back, creating some space between those shoulder blades. And as you draw your shoulders to the floor, carefully walk your knees and feet together. So glue your knees and feet together. If you find that difficult, maybe place a cushion between your knees. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate both knees to one side, floating the opposite arm overhead. And then inhale to the center, alternate sides. Remember, this is just the warm-up, so it is going to get a little bit tougher than this. This is just to wake up all the right muscles and make sure we're moving before we try and put too much strain on the joints. Now your knees and feet stay together, so one foot's going to lift as we rotate. 2 more. And last one. As we come back to the center, just walk those feet back to hip distance apart. And as we breathe out, we're going to slide one leg along the mat, floating the opposite arm overhead, alternate sides. So it might feel nice and easy right now, but again, I want you to be thinking about engaging that core. So belly button and lower back connecting, and ribs just staying wrapped down around our middle. Can we do one more? And as we come to the center, we're now going to bring those knees one at a time to tabletop. And as we exhale, we're going to extend one leg, floating the opposite arm overhead. Alternate sides. Breathe out. Breathe in. So we don't want the lower back to arch. I want you to try and draw in. Feel yourself pulling towards the center. We should always be able to see that arm so it's not going all the way to the floor. It's coming about level with your eye line. 2 more. And then we're going to keep those knees to tabletop. And as we come to the center, starting with the right leg, we're going to extend the right leg and hold it. Extend the left leg to join. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee, right leg again. We extend and reach. Point those toes, strong legs, bend and in. Now left leg first, we extend. Right leg to join. Left knee to bend, right knee to bend. And again, left leg. Now we're going to add in the arms, so going back to the right leg. As we extend, we're going to reach the left arm overhead. And then we extend the left leg and the right arm. Then we come back to the center, 1 and 2. Right leg first. we reach, extend, center, and back. Left leg first. So swap your leading leg. A little bit of coordination here. One more time. Now as we come to the center, you can keep your head on the floor if you wish, or we're going to nod the chin, curling the head and shoulders up, just reaching the weights around to tap the ankles. Now fold from your center. Make sure you're not letting the neck drop back. Curl up. And we're going to keep that curl as we extend both arms and both legs. Sweeping the arms around to tap the ankles. Exhale, inhale. Depending on your space, you don't have to circle the arms. You could just float over and then bring them back to your sides. But keep the arms in sight. They don't go behind the head, they come about level with our eye line. One more like this. Now on our next one, same thing, but as we extend, we're going to roll ourselves over onto our side, bracing the abdominals, and then we're going to curl back up to the center, reaching the hands around to tap the ankles. Notice I'm still curled. I go to the other side, point the toes, really reach the legs away, brace those abdominals, and then back to the center, and again. So really reach the legs away. You want to roll all the way onto your side. And then center, crunch, curl up. Now on your next one, we're going to hold it. So as we roll over onto our side, we're going to stay on our side. Oh, that was a bit unbalanced. And we're just going to rest it here. You can rest your head onto your arm. You can rest your feet to the floor. Now think straight legs. Glue your inner thighs together. And we're going to float both legs up. We're going to lift the head looking towards those ankles, and this top arm, it starts to float. We start to curl ourselves up, just dragging the bottom arm behind us. That arm stays on the floor. And we fold ourselves into a little V-sit. And then we slide, slide, slide all the way back down onto our side. Really important, we keep those legs straight, point those toes, glue those inner thighs. Again, we lift the legs. We turn the head, starting to float that top arm. Bottom arm stays on the floor as we curl up. And then we slide all the way back down. We're going to do that one more time. Float the legs. Float the arm, turn the head. Now we're going to see if we can hold it. So as you roll up, see if you can hold. Can you float both arms forwards? Now point your toes. And let's scissor for 4, 3. Use those abdominals, scoop in. Can we do 4 more? Long legs. For 3, 2, and 1. Now this time, long legs, we're going to float that right arm overhead. And we're going to slide ourselves all the way onto our other side. So we've switched places. And we're going to do the same over here. So you can rest your head, rest your feet. And then when you're ready, squeeze the inner thighs, float both legs. Turn the head, start to roll yourself all the way up. Bottom arm drags behind. And then we slide, slide, slide. I'm going to float this top arm overhead. And again, I lift the legs. I turn the head. I start to reach with the arm, folding myself in half. I want to make sure both sit bones come to the floor, both bum cheeks. And then I slide all the way back onto my side. One more time. I'm going to float the legs. Float the arm, turn the head, fold, fold, fold. Can we hold it here? Can we bring both arms forward? Strong legs. And we're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 4 more. For 4. Strong legs, keep pointing. 3, long arms. 2, 1. And then we're going to lower the legs. We're going to have a little reach forwards towards the toes. Stretch it out. Now, if you want to place a cushion behind you for some rollbacks, by all means you can. But otherwise, point the toes, start to tuck the tailbone, and slowly roll back through the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Floating the arms overhead, make sure you can always see them. And then exhale, arms over the chest. Nod the chin, point those toes and slowly roll yourself up and keep rolling forwards, forwards, forwards. All the way towards the feet. And again, we tuck that tailbone. Scoop in the belly button. Slowly rolling back through the spine. Float those arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms. Chin. Chest. Keep reaching forwards, looking over those toes. And again. So as you tuck that tailbone, we feel as though it's sliding all the way down towards our feet. And on this one, we're going to inhale and then exhale, float the arms, nod the chin. Now as we roll ourselves up, I'm going to reach my left hand to my right foot and I'm going to reach the right arm behind, just looking over my shoulder. I reach forwards and I start to tuck that tailbone. Again, strong legs, point those toes. They are your anchor to the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms, chin, chest. I'm going to reach my right hand to my left foot. Left arm behind, looking over my shoulder. And then I'm going to tuck that tailbone. Slowly rolling back. And as I come to the floor, I'm going to stay here. This is our final move now. Both arms overhead. Now I want you to think really strong legs. We're not flapping those knees or those ankles. Point those toes. We're going to float the arms over the chest. Nod the chin. Now as you start to curl up, gradually float those legs. Begin to fold the body in half. Reach the weights towards the ankles. And then slowly lower it all the way back to the floor. Float those arms overhead. And again, arms, chin, chest, strong legs, reach, 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 as though your toes are being drawn away from you. And then slowly lower it all the way back down. We're going to do that just one more time. Float the arms, nod the chin, point those toes, and then gently lower it all the way back to the floor. And as you come to the mat, you can let go of your weights. Just have a nice big stretch. And then hug your knees in one at a time. And just give your back a little massage. So gently rolling around in a circle. And then change direction. And keeping hold of your knees, lift the head and shoulders. And slowly roll yourself up to seated. And that is it, our little advanced flow with the weights. I hope you enjoyed that. You may want to combine it even with one of the other workouts, so maybe your legs or maybe a stretch routine, just to give you a more well-rounded, full body workout. But otherwise use it as a quick routine and do it whenever you like. Thank you very much.